information on governance, and a quiz with a chance to win a 2,000 naira recharge card every month if you answer the questions correctly. Never stop being an active citizen because I will be that. One love, my people.
For a bag of rice. Spray the money from the bag of lies. That's them recharge card. Right. For a bag of rice. Okay, spray the money from the bag of lies. That's them recharge card. It's that time again. Blind people strategize campaign. But the people complain. We bubble from the last campaign. You know fit scam them. Use your brain. We promise free medical, free education. But the people can't even afford to buy bread. Come on, shut up. This is just a game. You see, there's poverty and hardship in the land. Okay. But from the treasury, we have gathered funds. So if you don't go just a loaf of bread or zobo equals to their vote in your hand. Give me your future for a bag of rice. Spray the money from the bag of lies. That's them recharge card. Right. For a bag of rice. Okay, spray the money from the bag of lies. That's them recharge card. Okay, election, oh my leg gone. It's like these people want to start a revolution. Say it's social media, oh yeah, carbon. It is social media and not social media. It's your spoken English that we are going to ban. And you call yourself a campaign manager. Don't you know the mentality of the Talika? You should go behind and call up be their leader. Okay. Track him down and wire him, Roger. Okay, sir. Increase the budget on media. Distract the youth with entertainment. Yes, even shaku shaku. Okay. Yeah, no other. Give me your future for a bag of rice. Spray the money from the bag of lies. That's them recharge card. Right. For a bag of rice. Okay, spray the money from the bag of lies. That's them recharge card. There is bloodshed though. The people in the land don't they protest though. But why do you like to concentrate on bad news? We shall discuss this when I return from travel. But the people insist on answers. Keep them busy with a fresh propaganda. Tell them that the treasury was raided. You can't tell them snake by a troop of kangaroos. So how much is missing? 86 trillion. Yeah, money meant for security. I can do what I like. I have got the impunity. Mobilize all the boys in the city. And if Kasala boss, I will go join my family in New York City. Give me your future for a bag of rice. Spray the money from the bag of lies. That's them recharge card. Right. For a bag of rice. Okay, spray the money from the bag of lies. That's them recharge card. Right.
Osun Debates 2018. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's just been brought to my notice that I did not give the candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Babatunde Loye, enough time to introduce himself and tell the people exactly what he has to offer the people of Osun, of course, because my clock went off. All right, I'm going to give him that opportunity. You have 1 minute to round off on what you were trying to say earlier, introducing yourself and, of course, telling people of Osun what you have for them for the next 4 years. Very quickly, 1 minute.
Thank you very much for that.
Yes.
And I really appreciate that. Basically, as I was saying, the vision for Osun State is to have a self-sufficient and fully industrialized state. That's what I've got for Osun State. And I want my people of Osun State, not to suffer the way everything is at the moment. Not only that, I have come to use all my expertise to make sure that the economy is changed. We have to change the economy. The way the state of economy right now is nothing to write home about. And we need a youth. We need somebody that's capable, that's got competent, someone that's got a track record. And that is what I've got. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And still have 17 seconds left, but thank you very much for that. All right, we'll begin in earnest, and like I told you, gentlemen and lady, earlier, that we'll be looking at education, health, job creation, and of course, revenue generation. If time permits us, in the course of this debate, we will still look at other areas that are as vital as this key, four key areas for the people of Osun. Let me begin with the Alliance for Democracy, education. In the last 8 years of the APC administration in this state, so much has been said about the strides that have been made in the area of education. Of course, one thing that stands out like a sore thumb, but a positive one, is the Okmoimo, and of course the mega schools and all the rest of them. What are you able to look back in the last 8 years to say that these are the things that were wrong with education? What exactly will you do to fix it?
Thank you very much. The first protocol for me is to have a functional literacy and numeracy in our basic and secondary school education. Secondly, we need to revitalize the funding system of our education system. Thirdly, we need to have curriculum relevance. We cannot be operating with the curriculum of 30 years ago in modern day world. We need to move our curriculum to the 21st century. We need to provide more welfare for the teachers, for retention and motivation. And also, very importantly, we need to move our university and other tertiary education. We need to move from theory. We need to move to applications of knowledge. We need to move to practical. And also, we need to have in place what I would call skills acquisition for industrialization. We need to have entrepreneurship education. And also, in doing that, we will give chance to our secondary school leavers in innovation and how to be self-employed. We need to move our cottage industry. We need to give them incentives to have manufacturing capacities. We need to ensure that we provide funding for the people that want to go into self-employment via entrepreneurship education. We need to teach them, provide training for them on how to prepare business cases for them to be able to have access to funding that will be managed by the private sector. We need to ensure we leverage with our different development partners in providing the necessary funds to allow our youth, even retirees, men and women, our young men and women, and also people who, though retired, but they still have the capacity to continue with getting themselves engaged properly, functional literacy and numeracy. That is it for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Of course, this very timely. It goes to you, Mr. Goiga Oyetola of the APC. You have been part of the administration in the last 8 years as Chief of Staff to Beni Rauf Aregbesola. What areas would you say that, education fared well or badly in the last 8 years? What areas would you like to, fix if you had the opportunity to become the next governor?
Okay, we've done very well in education, infrastructure, in supporting students, particularly the virtue of introducing appointment. So we've done very well on that. What I'll be looking at is perhaps in the area of technical and vocational education. We need to allow our children to start to acquire skill. The era of white-collar job is going, so you should allow them to start to think about skill acquisition. So that's an area that I think I will need to focus on. Again, you need to do a kind of manpower development, particularly for the teachers. The training and retraining of teachers is important. Some have acquired teaching degrees from 20 years ago. They need to be retrained. So I've been looking at areas of manpower development. In the area of ICT, you need to ensure that our children are exposed to technology. So technology-driven education is particularly important. We've been trying to do that, but I will still try to emphasize on that. Technical education, I want to see our state being a knowledge industry where our youth will learn the ICT to be able to develop their own. The school meal will go on, it's part of education. We give free meals to our students from Province 1 to 4. I want that sustained and ensure that we keep it alive. Other areas is support to students generally in the area of bursary, the area of scholarship, to ensure that pupils or children of the less privileged have the opportunity of being assisted, particularly for higher education. Education is free from the basic to the high school, but tertiary institution, we might be looking at bursary support. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now to the candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Babatunde Louye. Mr. Oyetola just talked about bursary. And for a state that has financial challenges, I wonder how you think that is realizable. But what exactly will you do differently from what has been done in the last 8 years in the area of education?
Thank you. If you look at the education is the bedrock of everything. Without education, none of us would be sitting down here. Now, the first thing I would do is to retrain all the teachers, the lecturers. I want to make sure that we have quality education. Now, that's the first thing. We look at the 3 tiers of education. We have the primary, we have the secondary, we have the tertiary. When we go, let's look at the primary. We first try to integrate technology into education. And why should we do that? The primary school, how we start, the primary student, they should be exposed to computers. Right now, that is not done. Because you see, we need to expose our kids. They must understand what is going on in the world. Now,
they're not exposed to computers in spite of the appointment.
Well, I don't want to talk about Pomo because right now, if you're talking about Pomo, I can tell you that everybody's been complaining. There's nothing to write. There's nothing to write home about. That's why I don't want to talk about it, because nobody is actually saying that Okpomo is something is educating. So, like I said earlier on, we start from the primary school. Now, go to the secondary school. How are we engaging our students? What exactly are we doing? You found out that the standard is so poor. The secondary school students are actually leaving school. They are tired of school. They are not proud of school. So what am I doing? Am I going to be doing? I'll make sure that they actually engage students. The teachers engage students. After school, there should be some other vocational education where we have some people that are not even educated and they want to actually study. So we try to encourage those people. And at the end of the day, education, before we know it, everything is fantastic.
Thank you very much. Restoration Party, how will you restore education in Osun State if you get the opportunity to become governor?
Thank you very much. Recently, I was doing my research and I found out that Osun State is number 29th on the WAEC list. And this is very, very painful. About 5 northern states have taken over Osun State. And it's so disheartening where we have found ourselves. Education is not about structure alone. It's about the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? We have the teachers, we have the pupil, and we have the government and the parents. So first we are going to be training all our teachers twice in a year. Then we are going to be improving on helping our children to have reading culture. If you agree with me, most of those children don't read anymore. So we're going to be doing programs that will make them to read. We're going to be introducing scholarship to the first 3 best students in Osun State. Also, we are going to be paying our teachers as at when due and giving them incentives. Incentives is not about money. Incentive is about encouragement, is about promotion, is about telling them they belong to the system. It's about calling them how are we going to do it to improve on it. And I believe we have best tools to work with. And by so doing, we are going to get a very good result. And like I earlier said, Ogbeni has tried his best in the structure, but his best is not my best. So in the educational system, I'm going to do my best. I'm a mother. I was once a teacher. I know what it takes to impart knowledge on these children.